everyone is doing. If you can just put it in the chat. Oh, you're my unmute yours. Actually, oh, wonderful. I'm like, can you guys hear me? All right, fantastic. Rhonda, I love that you say you're feeling fabulous. Toni is here. I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Let me make sure that I'm recording. And Toni, we like to give everyone kind of like a 5 to minute grace period. Let me unmute you if you, well, I'll introduce you because everyone may or may not know you, but we do like to give everybody, let me see. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So like I was saying, we like to give everyone, 5 to 10 minutes to hop on, but I am just so freaking excited. You have no idea. And this makes
yes.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you again for joining us tonight. And since we have you, I just want to take advantage of, or I don't want to take advantage of your time. So those that come in, they come in if they won't catch the recording. So first and foremost, let me share my screen really quick for my members. So hi, everybody. Welcome back to Find Your Phoenix. Today is all about affirmations and self-talk. Again, I'm so happy that everyone decided to commit to this with me because y'all know we getting free. We rising, we're getting free. And of course, someone joined us today, a new face today. And I just want to remind you that this is for you if you are ready to be your own boss, you're ready to take control of your credit, you're ready to generate multiple streams of income. Most importantly, you're ready to travel more and work less, right? Because that's important. And you want to set up trust. You want to learn about estate planning. So thank you everyone for being here. This is our second week, and today is all about the power of self-talk. And I just want to mention why this is so important before I introduce our guest speaker. So 1 second. Can y'all see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And so for those that don't know me, many of you already know me, but I overcame a whole lot within the last 2 years. And what was so important for me in my journey was self-talk. It was changing that inner dialogue. It was believing in myself. And in a world where a lot of the generations before me don't come from self-talk affirmations, they come from that rat race, that cycle of, no, you got to work a 9 to 5, like financial freedom is, 40 years, 401k. So for me, y'all know I got fired. I got fired from my dream job. I got fired from my dream job in 2019, and my world was over with. I could not believe that happened, and y'all know it was something out of my control. So with that being said, it took a lot of self-talk. It took a lot of support. I needed a lot of external support as well as internal support. And the things that I felt like I was capable of doing, I'll be honest, I didn't really have the confidence, and I didn't really fully believe that I could do some of the things that were in my mind because I had never seen anyone do it before. And so what was so powerful and life-changing for me is when I discovered Toni Jones, her affirmations music. When I discovered Toni Jones, I was like, oh my God, this is everything that I needed and some. It was, Toni, your music is medicine. Your music literally changed my entire existence. And I say this with every fiber in my body. Listening to Toni's music, y'all, gave me the confidence. It gave me the push. It gave me the support. It gave me everything gave me everything that I didn't have physically. So I found my healing. I found my motivation. I found guidance. I found everything that I need. everything I needed to get to where I felt like I deserved to be was in music. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh my
It's okay. It's those hormones, and we are here for you. I'm sending you fabulous
God.
vibes. I'm sending you fabulous vibes. It is all right.
Oh,
We love you, Miss Zainab.
You're in a safe space.
I know. And so I had never heard anybody say freedom is my birthright. I had never heard that term before. I didn't even know what it meant. And one day I was listening to one of Toni's songs. It's called Currency. We listened to it last week together. And in there, in your lyrics, you mentioned how, freedom is our birthright. We do not have to burn ourselves out to get to the next level. And it was that song in particular that just really did something to my soul. And so from all the lyrics, I made a commitment to myself to speak affirmations, to repeat this music, to repeat your lyrics every single day. I literally took sticky notes, and the lyrics from your music, I wrote them down on sticky notes and put them everywhere in my house. And so also in my car, and like sometimes people would get in my car, were like, hurry up and take them down, because they're like, girl, you crazy. Like, what you doing? What you talking about? You gonna make 20K in a month? Like, girl, take that sticky note down. So I began to really believe in myself. And it was a support in the medicinal. It was your music, the affirmations, the lyrics. And so true story, I just committed to my journey. I committed to healing. I committed to really believing that freedom really is my birthright. I committed to that. I listened to it and I said, you know what? I don't care what the naysayers have to say. I don't care. Like, this truly is my birthright. And at the time, I was 6 months pregnant. Well, leading up to that, I wasn't pregnant yet, but then I got pregnant. I got pregnant like 8 months. 8 months after I discovered you, and I was like, oh my God, like, now I'm pregnant. Now I have another responsibility. What the hell? And so I just turned it up a notch, and I began to be really resilient with my self-talk. And within 6 months of me finding out that I was pregnant and giving birth to, well, within 6 months, my baby was born in April. My business had grossed a number that I had never seen before in my life. When my baby girl was 3 months old, because I have built that confidence, I'm like, freedom really is our birthright. We really do deserve to live anywhere. We deserve to be in harmony with nature. We deserve to be in harmony with those things that feed our soul. So I wrote on my sticky note, I'm moving to Costa Rica. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. Like, I just believed it. And your music was motivating me. I was like, I'm on a high. Like, I'm about to do it. And so I put on my sticky note that we are moving to Costa Rica. I'm raising my daughter in Costa Rica. And at 3 months, it happened. At 3 months, we got some land in Costa Rica, and I was able to fulfill that part and raise my daughter. She goes to school in Costa Rica. She drinks coconut water every day. Like, I just wrote it down. I just told myself, this is going to happen. It's happening. And so again, in a world where you have never seen someone do what you're thinking of, I found my motivation in music, and I had to change my self-talk, and I had to get it. I had to get it. But again, it would not have been possible without these lyrics that just spoke to my cells, not even my heart, but my cells. My cells started to reprogram themselves. Everything just started to realign. And I truly feel today and then that, like, this is so divine. I am divine. I was created to remember my royalty. And that's not talk around here, but I got that talk from you. So I just want to thank you for really dedicating your just walking in purpose. Because I know you had a different mission, or you were doing your coaching thing, and affirmation music wasn't really like a forever long-term dream for you. And when it came up, you didn't deny it. You didn't deny that calling. So I just want to thank you more than anything for listening, for moving, and for creating music that has changed my life and so many other lives. So tonight's call is literally just the importance of just believing in yourself and talking nicely to yourself. So I would love to open up the floor to get some wisdom from you, Miss Toni Jones herself. I'm so happy you're here. Just some wisdom on the importance of self-talk and how self-talk can really open portals and it can really take you to the next level. So I'll be quiet, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. My mom is on here as well. We listen to you every single day. My daughter is a huge fan. So, this is Toni Jones household, and your name is definitely a household name around here. And
Period.
household name and is a legacy for us because I want my daughter to play them tracks too when it comes time for, her to be able to
Yes.
get to that space. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
And the floor is all yours if you can just share that wisdom.
Yes. Well, wow. What an introduction. Oh, so freaking heartfelt. I can't even tell you enough how touching that is. So what's up, y'all? Y'all ready to talk?
Yes,
So
please.
while I want to read some things to you guys. Okay, just let's act like we're in the living room together, because it's given that, you know. And while I am getting some things to read, I want to make sure I read the things that are going to hit really the places to where the way you approach your day is completely revolutionized. Like it will never be the same again. Okay. But while I do that, I just want you guys to take let's say a few deep breaths into the nose. Let's do that together. Out of the mouth. Let's do 2 more and be really present with your energy. Close your eyes if you need to. Okay, let's in through the nose. Out of the mouth. And let's get a lot much more present and intentional with that last breath. Even if your mind is racing, even if your mind is doing all the things, even if you feel antsy to open your eyes, whatever the case may be, let's just bring attention to taking that deep cleansing breath in through the nose. Out of the mouth. Keep your eyes closed. Let's just take this moment of silence. Some of you may have not had any silence today. Keep your eyes closed and just be silent. Okay. All right, you can open your eyes. Silence. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Be still and know that I am God." When you're still, you have enough presence to realize who you are identified through the divine nature that you're made of. So I want to read you guys a couple of passages out of this book called Rest is Resistance. Okay, by, what's her name? Trisha Hersey. Okay, so I'm going to read you guys a couple of passages, and I'm telling y'all, get this book. It's everything, okay? Okay, the first passage. We have been socialized. Oh, let me start right here. This ongoing socialization and manipulation by the systems then become internalized, and we become the agents of grind culture. I'm going to say that again. This ongoing socialization and manipulation by the systems then become internalized, and we become the agents of grind culture. We have been socialized, manipulated, and indoctrinated by everything in culture to believe the lies of grind culture. In order for a capitalist system to thrive, our false beliefs in productivity and labor must remain. We have internalized its teachings and become zombie-like in spirit and exhausted in body. So we push ourselves and each other under the guise of being hyperproductive and efficient. From a very young age, we begin the slow process of disconnecting from our bodies, need to rest, and our praise when we work ourselves to exhaustion. We tell our children, stop being lazy when they aren't participating in work culture with the same intensity as us. We believe we are only meant to survive and not thrive. Resting is about the beginning process of undoing trauma so that we can thrive and evolve back to our natural state, a state of ease and rest. We are meant to survive and ultimately thrive because we are divine. All of culture is in collaboration for us not to rest. This includes K through 12 public education, higher education, faith and religious denominations, medical industry, non-for-profits, activist organizations, corporations, even those who claim to be a part of the wellness industry are pushing, hustling, grinding, capitalism, girl boss, competition, and co-opting the work of indigenous practice for clout and money. All right, one more passage, and then we'll get into this conversation, okay? America is not a welcoming place to all bodies. America was built on the backs of Black and indigenous people who labored without rest for centuries as the country built its economic power. White supremacy became a vehicle to poison the hearts and minds of an entire nation, to view human beings as less than divine. Rest's resistance is an counter narrative to the script of capitalism and white supremacy for all people. Resting is a connection and a path back to our true nature. We say no to the system that sees us as simply machines. We resist the lie that we are enough. We resist the lie that we are not enough. We are enough. We are divine. Our bodies don't belong to toxic systems. We know better. Our spirits know better. We are worthy of trusting ourselves more than we trust capitalism. So when we talk about the power of self-talk, it's not about just creating space for ambition. It's about creating space for rest. So you get to witness how divine and easy life can get when you align to your most natural state of trusting the Most High to guide you in your agenda, guide you in your responsibilities, guide you in the mundane obligations. That it's not about what you do, because some of you may have employees, some of you are entrepreneurs, moms, you may work 9 to 5s. I don't know, but what I do know is when you live in a Western society, you immediately connect to a circuitry of thought of, I gotta do, there's not enough time in the day, So when you speak to yourself, you are saying, I deserve the space to feel like I am enough, and whatever gets done today is blessed. And it doesn't shorten or my abundance. It doesn't shorten my birthright to experience the promises, for me to be in a state of ease, experience the magic of life, the miracle encounters of life. You see what I'm saying? So when we speak to ourselves and we use the power of word, we use the power of affirmation, it's about advocacy, self-advocacy to say, no, I am enough. I release the lie that I'm not enough. I disconnect from the programming and the conditioning has told me that my worth, my value, my truest identity is defined by my productivity and performance. So many people around the world, especially in this country, are realizing that, but they're like, okay, I know this, but how do I create from a place of knowing this? How do I embody this when I got this to do, I got this to do, I got that? You have to, what I will say from my experience, there is a grieving period because you will feel like, at least I can speak for myself, feel like you're pulling skin off your bones when you start to rest. Because you feel like I'm late, like the things that come up, let's see, with the self-talk that comes up when I try to rest, when I got other things to do. I'm lazy, I'm not doing enough. You haven't hit your financial goals. So much is dependent on you. You got to activate. You have to, it requires action. This is not, you're not living in a utopia world. You have to, these are the type of things that go on in my self-talk when I choose rest, when I take naps, when I say, okay, enough is enough. I've been on the laptop for 11 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have to treat myself like a newborn because I'm dying to the old way. And anyone who knows death knows that there is a grief process that may not have an expiration date. So when you're dying to the old way of approaching life, approaching goals, approaching wellness, approaching wealth, approaching nutrition, you're creating a whole new way, there is a death process happening. And so it requires a language for that. And that language has to have a language of compassion, not just inspiration, motivation, but it has to be graceful. Think about how you treat newborns and little children. There, come here. I know. You crying because I know. It gotta be, that's the way I am with myself. It's ridiculous. I'm like, yo, I have a nervous system of a 9-year-old, like a 9-month-old baby. It's wild. But when I've spent majority of my life in survival mode, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole new world when I am unlearning, disconnecting from that. Does that make sense? So the first part of of this discussion is knowing what we've been born into. That's given us an inner dialogue of disempowerment, which is capitalism, which is traumatizing to the spirit, to the body, to ourselves, to our mind, to our heart, and to our dreams. So understanding what we've been born into and that we do not have to be a victim to that. We do not have to be a slave to that. What gives us the opportunity to reimagine a new life for us is understanding that we're worthy of our freedom. We're worthy of the mental and mindset work that is required to reimagine your life. So this is the first part of the conversation, is understanding what you've been born into, what your birthright, as my sister said, what your birthright is. What your birthright is. What is your birthright? When you think about my birthright being rest, easiness, that's so counterculture. That's so counterculture. But when you think about the way the architecture, the energetic architecture of our planet, of our soil, you put one seed in the ground. It don't give you one tomato. It don't give you 4 tomatoes. It don't give you 4 cucumbers because you got 4 kids. It give you more than enough. The very nature of this place is abundance. And it's about having the information to understand this is what we were born into, an abundant life, more than enough. There is no lack. That's a man-made concept. Now, there are times when you go through seasons of drought, but it's never supposed to be given sustainable drought. It's never supposed to be given paycheck. Like, this is our very nature is abundance. So I hope I drove that point clear. And so when we understand what we've been born into and what our birthrights are for ease, rest, and to receive, just to receive. then you can say, okay, well, what will be the language that embodies those birthrights? And there we have the affirmation. You know, what is the language that disempowered us to be so plugged into this old system that has created such chaos, and trauma, and exhaustion? What are those affirmations? It's not enough time in a day. Child, I don't know what's happening with this economy. You know, just think about that, the nature of that language, and then what's the opposite of it? You know, I'm highly supported. From the north, south, east, and west, I'm drawing in all abundance through relationships, opportunities. I'm more willing to be more excited and more faith-based regarding my dreams, my passions, my desires. I want to get ridiculous about what's possible for me. I want to get mad. I want a castle. I want servants to, you know, their dreams to come true. And I want them to serve my goals and dreams. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can go really radical and get in your childlike chi, your childlike faith about what is possible. And I articulate this and it sounds good, but the embodiment of it, it takes practice. Because again, we've been a part of a system that has programmed that we are not enough, it's not enough. And on top of that, we've had too many overwhelming data points of how true that old system is, that is not enough, you know? And so to create the new reality, you have to sacrifice the old reality. So we talked about the old world, what we've been born into, talked about what our birthrights are, how important rest is, and how we can actually create a new language for the world we want to see for ourselves. So before I continue this conversation, I would love to know, does anybody have any insights, feedbacks, or thoughts of what comes up for them? We can take about, let's say, 2 people.
Okay, if anybody wants to chime in, just raise your hand really quick and we'll get some feedback. But I will say, for me, what really, really, really stood out, and I've heard it before, but tonight it just hit different, is to be childlike. Like to nurture yourself and to comfort yourself as if you are a 9-month-old infant. Be childlike. And God, I don't know, that just hit different tonight. Thank you for that revelation. Jade,
Yeah.
Jade has a question, and Jade, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, the baby.
Hi,
What's his
thank you
name?
so Lapis.
Hi, Lapis. I've met you
Um,
guys before. Have I met you guys before?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've met you
think
guys.
I think you got your human design done by his dad.
Infinite. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't look familiar. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
It's not really a question. It's more just like something that came up while you were talking. And just first of all, thank you so much for being here and just all of your divine service. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't even have words. The tears from Zainab, you know, I think, you know, anyway,
I get it.
yeah. So just something that came up, like, as you were just sharing about rest and ease, like the word, like, divine feminine kept coming up. And I just feel like the divine feminine has been attacked for so long. And our culture has just been in this like hyper masculine, obviously, you know, we're deep in a patriarchal society. You waving? But like, it's all women on this call. And there's something to like us really tapping into our feminine power and the allowing and receiving, like all of that just feels so feminine, and it feels so foreign to me. Like, I'm speaking on it, but from like my intellectual masculine, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It's not something that I've even really embodied, but I know it's something that I'm working on, like being more in my feminine. Like, my intention for this new moon is softening. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the divine feminine has been attacked, has been, you know, just
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
The patriarchy, like, look, this is all fresh information for me. As many times I've seen it in my Instagram. So Lynn, what is his name? Oh, oh my God, now I have to look it up. What is his Corinne? Let me see what his name is, because I'm not going to continue this conversation without Corinne. Oh man, what is his name? I'm about to look it up now.
And Jade, I want to.
Lauren Cran. Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
no. I would just wanted to thank Jade for chiming in and speaking on that
Yeah.
divine feminine, because
Yeah.
it's so easy to dive and tap in heavy to the masculine energy when we're trying to be all the things for all the hats.
Yep.
Like, it's just
Absolutely.
so thank you, Jade.
So
Yeah.
Lauren Cran is his name. LORINKRENN. So if you want more literacy around divine femininity, divine masculinity, it's 2 N's. On Instagram, his content is supreme. And the patriarchy has done a lot of damage on the feminine. The way that they have branded motherhood and marriage as a definition of womanhood, fulfilled womanhood, has committed so many crimes against all humanity. You know, because I read today, like, it doesn't take a village to raise a child, it takes a village to support a mother. And the way that the the way a society expects mothers to do and wives to do a role on their own is insanity, absolute insanity and criminal, you know? And so when we talk about the crimes and violence against the woman, it's so far past a victim narrative. It's about observing how sick our society has been designed and how much the women and the children have suffered the most because of it. And so, very thoughtful insight, Jay. Thank you for sharing and bringing up that point, because this has everything to do with what we're talking about, even down to it going back to the way we talk to ourselves. And I think it's Juba who wanted to share something. She had her hand raised. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. I am so happy to even get introduced to you by Zainab with the album. When we heard the song, I haven't stopped. I've been playing it the whole week. I found it and it just kept talking to me, and then your album as well. But I wanted to say that I definitely second that emotion with Zainab as a child development major, and I have a passion for newborns and children. I felt
Yes.
like you were speaking to me directly, because I know exactly what you mean when you say, get yourself back into your childhood, your nature, how you came here when you were born, how babies could communicate without words, but we know exactly what they want. And
Mm-hmm.
It was just
It
so
resonated.
it resonated so deeply. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome. So I'm gonna ask you, this is actually a great way to go into the next part of this conversation. Type in the comments. This is fun to me. Type in the comments, what was your favorite cartoon growing up? I'm talking about like as a child, like you loved it. Type in the comments. I want to see what your favorite cartoon. Rugrats. Okay, mine was Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. Jim in the don't say Jim in the holograms. Girl,
Yes. Come on now.
come on. So we're friends.
Lyrics before, like, I gotta write down the lyrics because I'm gonna sing with you and play it back. And then, yes, I was not playing.
Oh my God, Bratz and the Trolls. Okay, Cinderella. Okay, Care Bears. I see Care Bears. Care Bears was my thing. So the reason why I brought that up is because if you watch some of these cartoons now, you will see this message of what we're talking about in the writing. My Little Pony. Gemini holograms, you will literally see what we're talking about tonight in the script, especially Care Bears, especially Rainbow Bright. And so when I was in a crisis last year, I was working with a trauma recovery coach, and it was about a heartbreak with a nigga. Like, cliche, but hey, it is what it is. It's my story. And so healing from that was very hard because I thought I dealt with heartbreak before, but this was hit a whole another level. Because I feel like the first time in my life, I was like, yeah, I don't want to heal from this. It just is what it is. It's over for me. I just really felt, and this is last year, y'all, I felt my heart going cold. And I was just like, because I didn't want to live or do a life without him when he helped me do affirmation music, I never experienced a man lock arms and say, yeah, let's make this dream come true. So it went really left, right? So healing from that, it got to a point where it was like, man, if I don't want to heal, I'm not about to heal. So I need to actually lean on my sisters and ask for help. And so I was connected to a trauma recovery coach, and she guided, like, that was the first time I had space to break. And I'm talking about really break. I had to let down myself. I had to let down my audience. I have a membership group, and I told them, I don't know when I'll be back, y'all, but I can't do the meditations with y'all. I can't do the journal prompts. Like, I don't want to do that, but I will record and go live in this group app that we have. I'll go live here and let y'all know how my healing is going. And that's exactly what I did, because I didn't have nothing to give but my rawness, because I was in that much pain. And my point in bringing all that up was the trauma recovery coach was like, how do you feel right now? And she will always talk to me and ask me what's coming up for me. And I was like, I just feel lost and empty, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, so what can we do to get you close to feeling a little bit better? She was like, what would the 4-year-old Toni want in this moment? What would the 8-year-old? And I was like, some ice cream. It's always gonna be food, but period. Give me a biscuit, pancake. Yep. And so I was like, I want some ice cream. And so she was like, what was your favorite cartoon? And I was like, Rainbow Bright and Care Bear. She was like, do that today. That's your goal. That's how you save the world today. Get the ice cream, watch the cartoons. And I was just like crying, like, for real? She was like, yeah. And her holding space for me, validating the little things I was doing to feel a little bit better, it modeled to me on what it looked like to have self-grace and self-mercy for the big, deep emotions that I'm processing, And then it led to another woman who actually lives out here in Atlanta, who I did not know really well. And she let me stay in her house for a month. She let me scream. She let me break. And I mean, my finances was all over the place, because I knew that I was at a point where I was going to feel stuff I probably haven't felt since I was a child. But I kept it deeply suppressed because, you got life to live. And so the stuff that I had to feel, the stuff that I had to remember, I knew I couldn't worry about business. I knew I couldn't be worrying about like I had to deplug from the expectations of life. Not everybody has that space. But let me tell you why I had that space. I moved back in with my family. I sacrificed the independent woman and my consciousness of what other people thought of me. So for 3 years, I stayed in my parents' home. And I got rid of my house, got rid of 80% of my belongings, because my nervous system was so effed up that all I knew was, even being a fan of his message of consciousness and well-being, it still was a head knowledge thing, but it didn't trickle down to my heart all the way. You know, I still understood life through, I gotta do, I gotta do, I gotta serve, serve. I gotta show up, show up. And I still cared about what other people thought. I wasn't completely free. I was just a fan of being free. And so through someone holding space, and this gets to my point about childhood and women, someone holding space for me when I did not know how to hold space for myself allowed me as a melanated Black woman to break finally. This is what softened me. This is what opened me up to feel safe for my feminine, was other women. There is no way we can transform and sustain a healthy language with ourselves if we do not have safe, sacred spaces with women for us to break. The only way we're going to survive, and I do not like to say things definitively like I know everything, because I don't. But based on what I know, based on the vantage point of understanding I have about this reality and society and what I intuitively feel, the only way we're going to survive and thrive is through the communities of women that we have. So if you feel like you can't express your fully truth around certain women, those not your girls, you know? Ask for spiritual wisdom on how to start to detangle that. And it doesn't mean cut off, but appropriate your energy accordingly and set boundaries that are healthy for you. If you are in spaces with women where you have to keep up with a certain appearance, those not your women. You have to be able to be around women that are true safe spaces for you. And one of the biggest telltale signs is how they love themselves, how much they love their lives. And this is not to judge them. This is not to shame any of your homegirls that are around you. Okay, because what I want to emphasize is everything that I'm saying is not to petition or inspire you out of your own intuition. Always soundboard what I'm saying based on what your truth is, okay? Because only you are walking in the shoes of your life. So whatever resonates, that's what you digest and process. But whatever doesn't feel like it resonates, it's like my great grandmother used to say, eat the meat, throw out the bones, you know? But from my own path and journey of gaining certain wisdoms about liberation into talking to myself like I'm a divine being, that is what I've realized in my path. You've got to have that quality, sacred space of women in your life. And because a lot of the women that are in, I won't say a lot because it's not a lot, but it's several women. And majority of those women are women I'm not besties with. They're just like, we can't have a world where Toni Jones is not okay. So wherever I have to be an advocate and an ally, let me do what I got to do. You go on about your business, Toni, and let me go ahead and live my life. It's that type of allyship. You know what I'm saying? She don't need no birthday card. She don't need none of that. She just need me to be okay. Those are the type of women. And that told me, oh, now I need to have a new affirmation for the type of woman I want. So now I say things now, y'all, like, I say things like, I attract, I magnetize women who love themselves, who are connected to their bodies. They inspire and motivate me. They live in full integrity with their hearts. I release and forgive the past that taught me that women are only a certain way if I'm a certain way. I release and forgive the past for the experiences I've had with women that has caused me to distrust myself and distrust other women. I welcome aligned sisterhood. I deserve this. I've been through enough. I deserve an era where I get to experience God through women. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of talk, baby. And then watching it happen is like, wait, because then one of the things I've been challenged by is like, oh, do I feel worthy of this? When it shows up, that's what came up for me. I was like, dang, I low key don't all the way feel worthy. Let me activate my sense of worthiness to receive this. Because my immediate response was to do something for them so I can feel that their generosity and their love was valid. You know what I'm saying? And so the more I practice that type of self-talk, the more I'm getting the evidence of what is possible for me to experience. Because guess what, y'all? After everything we've been through, we still don't know how good it can really get here. Sit with that. You still don't know how good it can get for you. You still don't know how good relationships can get. You still don't know the miracles of what can happen in your family, what can happen in your finances, you know, what can happen in favor for opportunities and encounters. Because once you start to transcend the victim narrative of what we've been born into, and you start to speak your birthright, like, no, I've been through a lot of bullshit already. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to be anxiously driven. I know what it's like to burn myself out. I know what it's like to be betrayed. I know that. But what I don't know is heaven on earth with people, heaven on earth through my finances. What I don't know that yet. So let me stick around and let me speak that into my reality. Let me affirm that into my reality. So when it comes energetically, vibrationally, it translates right into my life because there is no resistance, because I believe I'm worthy of it. And I prove to myself that I'm worthy of it because I speak it. You see what I'm saying? So I want to share another book with you guys called Hiring the Heavens. How many more minutes do I have left?
We have
Let's
about
see.
15 more minutes, but I won't, if spirit is guiding you somewhere, I will not interfere. But we normally,
Okay.
yeah, we do like 60
Close
minutes.
out.
Yeah, but if,
Okay. Okay.
like I said, I will not interfere if spirit is guiding
Yeah.
you to share. The floor is yours. And I don't know
Take up
about
space.
y'all, but like, yes, take up space, sis. Like you are speaking to my soul. I think this call was actually just for me and nobody else. I really do. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else feeling that? She's speaking directly to y'all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So this book called Hiring the Heavens by Jean Slater, baby, I start putting this book to work this summer. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I've been living with my parents for 3 years. And this is a long story, but just to let you guys know the timeline, 2019, by the end of 2019, I was in a psych ward. When I got out, that's when I closed down I won't say I closed down my coaching business, but I definitely shut it down for a while. And this was after I released Affirmations for the Grown Ass Woman. End of 2019, I was staying in my parents' home. I was, for 4 months, sleeping in their bed as a grown woman because, and I don't even like them. I love my parents. I don't even like them like that. But I love them though. I had to get rid of all my stuff. And then I moved back in with them, which is a whole crazy experience. But I learned a lot. And then now I'm in Atlanta. So in September, I heard Spirit say, move now. It's time to go now. And I felt called to live a nomadic journey. So I'm in the process of selling my car, getting rid of all my material, like just material attachments. And I was really zealous about it till I got here. And when I got here, I was like, what the hell did I just do? Like, what? It's expensive out here. Like, what have I done? And this book, everything that I've called for to happen in my life that I've been trying to manifest all year, it didn't happen till I jumped and came to Georgia. Manager, got it. Executive assistant, got it. I'm like, I can't pay nobody right now. How do I create an ecosystem of support and allyship where there's a different currency of mutual exchange and value? And Spirit revealed that to me, and the way that everybody is being taken care of on the personal and professional level has been extraordinary. I'm very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Like I've been here since October 7th. So it's been like a month. But tapping into my divine right to speak into existence and expect the magic, miracle nature of this world and who I am, Like that is like y'all, when you I don't know y'all, but when you know what you've been through, you know it. You know how hard it has gotten in your life since you've gotten here. So when you think about what the 8-year-old girl deserves, the 15-year-old girl, the 20-something-year-old girl, when you think about her, what type of script do you want to give her life? We get to be the adults that we may have never seen or had. I didn't grow up seeing a relaxed woman. I'm designing that and manifesting that through me. You see what I'm saying? I didn't grow up around financially literate women. I didn't have conversations around credit score, sisterhood. You know, even though I grew up in religious church upbringing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have that. But guess what? I get to be, God has given me the expansive space to be all that I need for me to create the life that I really deserve. And then when you know that your heart is good, this is another affirmation that works. I have a good heart. I have a good heart. I've done a lot of good. Who have I blessed? And just allow your mind to reflect. Who have I blessed in my life since I've been here? Oh yeah, I got some seeds that I've sown. I deserve to talk big on me. I deserve to advocate for my health and nutrition. Right now, I'm going through a health situation where I am healing my gut and I'm feeling the trauma in my thighs, like so much tension in my thighs, my lymph nodes. My lymphatic system is completely backed up because of all of I've been through. Eating all that bread and pancakes and starch and sugars. Had a ball with it, okay? Especially for the past year. I tell people all the time, my red bottoms, my designer bags is food, period. Like the best food. Because once I got a taste of quality food, I was like, oh, baby, it's not a price. Because if I'm going to be in this weird, complex, chaotic, beautiful place called life, I'm going to eat good. That's just what has to happen. But I want to be healthy, right? And I want to feel the mobility of a healthy body so I can continue to do what I do. And so I'm going through this process, and this process is causing me to affirm myself, affirm my health, affirm my discipline, because I've been through so much and it's showing up in my body now. Certain fat areas of my body, it's not even about how I look now. It's about how I feel. Like I can feel the tension and the exhaustion. And I'm like, I got to lose this. I got to release this because this come from Leon. This come from Carl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This come from mom and daddy. So with that being said, this book, Hiring the Heavens, is such a good resource to support you in learning how to, not just learning, but practicing, activating that divine nature to speak highly about yourself when you have been conditioned and programmed to speak very low and disempowering ways about yourself and about your life. Did you guys receive anything out of that?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So much. So good. Oh my goodness. I see 2 hands raised. We are kind of like at the 5-minute mark. If you're okay with it, do you can
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I wanted to close out in
Okay.
that way to give people space to talk or
Oh, and
share.
before they ask the question, I do want to know, do you have affiliate links for these books by any chance? I know sometimes when we order on Amazon, we'll have like an Amazon storefront. Do you have something that you can drop where we can get the
No, I don't. I don't have that, and I've been told to do that, to
Mhm.
get like an affiliate, like start an Amazon like account to do that. So I need to actually get into that pocket. I'm trying to copy something into the chat, y'all. Sorry. This
Uh,
is where you can find out all the things that I'm doing. Because I have a service that I just launched last week called Personal Affirmation Audios, where you fill out a form and you basically indicate what areas in this form, what areas that you talk to yourself negatively and disempowering. And then in the next part of the form, You say exactly what you say, whether it's I hate my body, I'm broke. And then based on that form, you purchase your personal affirmation audio. You pay what you want. It's a sliding scale of different prices that you can choose from. So wherever you're at financially, however you identify the value, you get to choose it. And then I create a personal affirmation audio within 7 business days. So check that link out. If you want to get into it, I got prices from $33.33 all the way up to $999.90. I want to reach everybody. So check that link out. But I will definitely tap into that Amazon affiliate link because I'm a big at Amazon and me, we go together real bad.
So beneficial. And I wanted to also ask really quick. First, thank you for that. I saw that. Wait. I missed something big, y'all. First of all, congrats on your Revolt feature. Hello.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. How did I not open with that? Congratulations.
Thank
What
you.
a huge accomplishment. So I don't know if you all know, but Toni was actually featured on Revolt TV, which is a really big deal. It's a huge network, and they featured her story on there.
Crazy.
And, oh my God, I know, I saw, and then even the pictures that you posted, like I could just, oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you, and I just want to congratulate you because that's a big deal. It's a really
thank you.
Yes. And then earlier you were talking about the importance of having a sacred space, being able to be in a community with women that can just let you break. Do you have a community, your membership community, membership community that those of us that are interested can join or can be a part of whatever community you've designed, or if you have some upcoming events? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I have in that link, you'll see the Affirmation Living Room. That is my membership space. So basically, this space is for women who already have the podcast, the books, the retreats. They've done therapy, whatever. They've been in the work with themselves. And so they don't need another space for programming, but they need a space for connecting. So the Affirmation Living Room is where we come together. We do affirmation meditations every Monday night. We do group journaling every single morning. And then we do an annual sleepover, which is all about play, all about fun. The first one was this year and it was so fun. So that's an online virtual space. And we also do meetups based on where I'm, performing at. So like say if I perform in Chicago, I'm like, hey y'all, I'm in Chicago. Let's go grab some tea or let's go do a picnic. So we do those spontaneous meetups as well. So it's not a lot, but it's those 4 strong values of in-person and online connecting and living together. And I did start something here in Georgia called a town hall meeting for allyship. And it's basically, we did a meeting in October. We're doing another one in December. And that information will be in my link in my link tree this week. It's on December 12th. And basically this town hall meeting is all about allyship. Like, do you need groceries? Are you behind on bills? Do you need a content production team? Do you need help with credit? Like A to Z, personal, professional, where do you need allyship? Do you need sisterhood? Do you need mental health therapy? Like whatever the case may be, it's about coming together as humans and helping each other. And so that's held at the Healing Environment in Georgia. And so that's something that because I've been disconnected from capitalism, I'm like, how can I create a currency that creates a stronger sense of security and safety besides just getting to the bag and money? It's like getting to the people, getting to those quality relationships. And the Healing Environment is my Atlanta hub to foster that type of environment and ecosystem. So those are a couple of ways that you guys can get closer to how I'm showing up.
That is so exciting. Wow. And the need for it right now it could
absolutely
fine. Because the last couple of spaces that I've hosted, it was, I can teach financial literacy. I can teach credit. I can teach you how to get property all around the world. But all the women that I've connected with, they need community. They just need that safe, sacred space to build, to be able to release, to heal, like the stuff that has been coming up. I'm like, dang. So thank you for creating those spaces. it's so needed. And I know you know that. So thank you for the way that you harmonize this planet and uplift
Thank you.
women and inspire us, and you encourage us. And I just thank you for just being so resilient in your walk.
Absolutely.
Like you have
Thank you.
no shame. You have no, like, you gonna talk your talk, you gonna pop your shit, you gonna walk your walk. Like,
Girl, it came at a cost, child. It was very expensive. It cost me everything, but it's been worth it. So I appreciate the love.
thank you for the
So looks like we got a few hands up here.
yes. Yep. Sahra, do you wanna ask? You can unmute yourself. The feature's on where you can unmute yourself.
Thanks. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing me again the availability to be in this space. You, ma'am, Toni Jones, I was turned on to you right after Hurricane Ida. I lost my property and I had to move further out away from the city of New Orleans. And a sister shared you with me, and it's just been me and you ever since, right? Healing in my heels. I had experienced so many different things. And so when I met Zainab and understood what her story was, I had done in the process of creating a new life for myself along with my king and following underneath his tutelage. And I just needed some more feminine responses to how to live, how to be financially free, like the real understanding of freedom, the really understanding who I am. And so all of that happening, having healed myself from the same things that we're always dealing with as far as my health, and to turn around and to be hit with, you had a stroke or you had a heart attack, and you're like, how? When I just came to get some blood work, because there was some things that I was looking to do more in terms of my health. I had given up all meat, dairy products, all of those different things, and trying to live a life. And it's like, becoming more seasoned, it was just it was a little bit difficult for me.
Yeah.
So I put some things to the back. The inserts that you read resonated with me because it helped me to realize that a lot of us are so busy doing the things that we want, right? Because I could do what I want because I'm grown, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. Or we're doing the things that instead of doing what we need, and it's time out for the turn up with everything. It's like there's no hiding place. You know what I mean? It's like even in certain spiritual sex, you're trying to just resonate with different systems. So whatever it's a turn up in there, and it's like, where is my tribe? I attend the gym 6 days a week. I've lost 3 people, or you know what I mean? And so to try to find somewhere in that little network with the gym and trying to talk with sisters about different things that you encountered, it's difficult, to find real is what
You
I'm
know what you do?
saying.
This is what you do. This is what you do, because there's a reason why we did not get trained or taught or get any knowledge on what the imagination is and how powerful it is and how to operate it. This is what you start doing tonight. You can do this tonight. Close your eyes. Sit back in your chair or before you lay down, and you start imagining, who are these people that I deserve to be in my life? What do they do? How do they feel? And then say, I'm grateful for how they're showing up in my life. I'm not rushing them into my life. They're coming in a aligned time. You start using your imagination. You start feeling and seeing what that experience is like, and watch it start fall. Like that Higher in the Heavens book will help and support you doing that. So you start to, so it doesn't have to have the narrative of it's hard to find, or it's hard to, I have to try to see where they're at. No, you can use your divine technology and magnetize those relationships into your life. So I just want to leave you with that, so you know how to bring them into your life with ease, you know? You don't have to labor for what you deserve. Just call it forth and draw it in with your energy.
With ease.
It looks like Chef, or what? Yeah, I think she's next. I don't know how this goes.
Hey, let me,
Hey, girl.
and we had actually met, it was me, you, and Lizzie at,
Yep, I remember. I remember at the Cannabis, the Woods. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And I just want to thank you so much just for your vulnerability and sharing your story, because I definitely needed to hear that, because I'm in a process right now where I'm being asked to elevate and leaving part of that capitalism and actually being in working in the industry and really having my values shown to me, like as through the strike, like so much was shown. I was like, damn, like, okay, universe, like you ain't have to come at me like that. Like I
Right.
wasn't ready, but I'm
Uh-huh.
grateful for that. And like just understand, like literally I had no idea, like, you know, what you had been through. Just like, wow, when you were healing through your heels and showing up, and I needed to hear this. I was like, okay, great. Because a lot of times people will think they'll see me like, oh yeah, yes, I'm traveling. I was like, but it's other things that I have going on in my life. I have been a mother since I was 17. So there's days where I'm like, I'm just tired. I'm like, I don't even want to do, like, I don't want to do nothing. Like actually, I got hit by a car in 2020, which literally slowed me down. Like 2019 was one of my highest grossing years, but I was working 2 weeks straight, working with Kim and Kanye, working with Dick. Like I was working a lot. I made a lot. And it was like, oh, okay, hold up real quick. We just gonna slow that down real quick. And then all I did was just rest. And after that, even once I was better, I was lay down, and it felt so good. Like it felt so good. And now that's actually why I'm here. I'm like, okay, great. I see that I need a place of balance. I'm not going to be able to be here full time because I see what they're doing. And I don't want to work like that. I was like, I'm tired. My body, I cannot take it. Like health wise, I can't take it. I cannot take it. So thank you. Just like you showing up.
You're
and
welcome.
and I'm like, there's no like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not on, because a lot of times we think that we're the only one that's going through something. And we're not. We're not. And yeah.
I'm great. I love hearing that, because I always love hearing gratitude for my transparency, because it was very painful to let go of the part of me that was always protecting myself and like guarding myself and hiding, I guess, because it's like what people would think of me. And it's just like when you let go of your worldly possessions and you have to say, I need help. Everything is chaotic, but you're creating this whole brand in the world that's saying this girl had, like, she got it. That's very humbling. So now I'm at a point where it's just like I feel like I've been broken down to the white meat, to the point where it's like I have nothing to hide anymore. I have nothing to protect. I still have an ego, don't get me wrong, but it's just like I just really don't care. I care about us. Like I feel like I've tasted what it can be like when we're really loving ourselves, and then we come together in the name of loving ourselves. It's heaven. It's heaven. So I'm advocating these type of spaces. I'm advocating for you to continue to be in your journey, in your work, so you can liberate yourself to enjoy how good it can get, not only with yourself, but with other people. So I appreciate you like bringing to presence, like being open like this, because it really was very uncomfortable to continue to practice that. Even though I have a gift in vulnerability and transparency, you go through enough stuff in the world, it make you feel ashamed of being that way. So thank you for acknowledging me in that way. It really encourages me.
Oh no, thank you. I needed to hear that. I'm just like, wow, like, because I have an ego, and I've been lost it, got it back, lost it, and now, okay, I'm in this big house by myself. It's time to just downsize. And yes, but thank you so much. I just needed to hear that tonight.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Look forward to connecting and
share.
have family there, so I look forward.
Please, we gotta connect for sure. When Lizzie connected us, it was like, we're gonna know each other. I got your number.
Yes, so I have. So I have family in Atlanta, so we will connect, and I'm happy that you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're
okay,
welcome.
looks like Soul Coach, and then Elise.
I think Elise was next. I'll let her
Oh,
go.
Elise? Okay. Unmute yourself, Elise. She just chilling.
Well, hey, I'm so glad to be on the line with you guys tonight. I've overslept and took a little nap, but I call you Cousin Toni in my head because
Period.
your music makes my days better. It's a difference when I don't start my day off with that. There's one of the songs, I think it's Fuck Boys Are a Tool of Enlightenment.
Yep.
I love that track.
Period,
And
girl.
I love that track. But I really just love your music. And I just wanted to say that. And I hope you continue to do well with whatever you're doing. That Revolt interview that you did was you put it out there. And I know how that feels to put yourself out there like that. But so many are gonna be blessed just by who you are, being who you are. Because
Yep.
people are not being helped by the fake and phony. They're only being helped by the real right now. That's the only thing that's going to help.
That's it. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, Elise.
You're welcome.
Okay. The Soul Coach and then Deshawn. And I think that'll be it, yes?
Yes, that's it. The Soul Coach was the last one. If you have space for one more, we'll do that. But we want to really honor her time tonight, y'all. So one more question and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
I just want to say this is like really I'm in alignment with everything that I'm doing just to be on a Zoom. And luckily I looked in my inbox and saw the Zoom there, and I looked and I was like, Zainab and Toni? Okay, let me get on. But I started listening to you back in 2020 when I was pregnant with my son. And fast forward now, 2023, been listening to you. Take Up Space is my favorite song. Me and my daughter, I had her on here with me listening to you. I just love to allow her to listen to just conversations like this with being so young. But I'm going through one of the toughest seasons of my life right now. I'm 27 years old. Back in January, my son and daughter were medically kidnapped from me in Maryland. Literally, it was the most horrific thing ever. And just being put in a position where we were talking about birthrights, having my baby who was 3 months old snatched away from me and put into foster care, and being stripped of my womanhood through this corrupt system from capitalism because they want money for having my babies, and basically throwing dirt on my name saying that we basically neglected our son and just being looked at as crazy now. And it like I don't know how some days like I get up and find the strength to like continue being a mother, being a woman, where I'm just not like shrinking myself or even putting myself in spaces where I'm not allowing myself to receive what is open and like coming to me. And it's funny that I'm wearing this shirt that I got from one of my friends. It says she is healing and she is me. And this literally describes what I'm going through right now. I'm continuously healing and putting myself in positions, and just knowing that this new moon is tonight. Like I know that this conversation meant to happen. I haven't dreamed about having this conversation or just been in alignment, but I see 229 all the time. 229 is my birthday, leap year. And that means to follow your passion and continue on your passion. But just days when I'm in a funk and just need some type of words of encouragement, because a lot of people depend on me, but I don't have that village to continuously be there for me. So it's kind of hard, like when
You're calling for that village.
Yeah.
That's for you, that you deserve. You're calling that in. You're calling that in tonight. I'm telling you, hiring the heavens. My
Okay.
music, like, start to change your language. This
Mm.
is your divine technology. This tongue is the power of life and death. Whatever you want. You know, when you was a kid, when you was a child, I don't know everybody's childhood, but for the majority of us, we had toys and we would just play imagination. It was like, do different things with them, create stories, create through your imagination. I'm telling you, this is where your power is. So I encourage you to start speaking that into existence and call in a wishful nature, but in a creative nature, as though you already see it in your reality. Okay?
Will do. Thank you for your wisdom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's my honor. Okay.
So thank you for sharing, for being so transparent with what you experienced with your children. That's very traumatic, and I appreciate you for being so open to share with us. And we're sending you love. We are sending you healing.
Yes.
We are praying with you, and you have us. You can just, at any time you need, send an email. Like I didn't know the nature of your story. I've seen a little bit of it, but we can definitely connect. But thank you for sharing that. And I ask that everyone on here, send her love, y'all, in healing waves. Toni, do you have space to talk to Deshawn or answer one more question?
Yes.
Okay.
And then once we wrap up with Deshawn and whatever you have to say, I would love to close us out with an affirmation meditation.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Miss Deshawn, you are on mute, Mama. There you go.
Hey, I'm about to say good night, ladies, or hello, everybody. Miss Toni, I'd like to say thank you so much. I heard so much positive praise here tonight about your music. It's so crazy. Like, I'm feeling like, I'm wondering if it's gonna be like I'm gonna start checking into your music and I'm gonna hear it and be like, oh, I did hear this. You know how it be sometimes. You feel like,
I know.
I don't even
totally
know.
get it.
But it's, I'm just so happy and grateful to be here tonight. Like, I literally got that reminder and seen that email pop up. And I normally like miss things from Sunday, so now I don't normally be looking, I'm like, dang, I missed it. But it literally happened. And then I'm just listening to everybody and and your message and what you have said, right? And it's crazy because I know it's meant for me to be here because I feel like I literally just had an epiphany probably like the last week, right? And I think it would be nice to kind of get, to get this, like if you feel like this was something that you actually had to like go through along, your journey, right? Like if you all found it. So in the midst of like working sometimes, right? Like you have these goals of like living in this capitalistic society where you like living paycheck to paycheck, right? And you trying to like, and it's crazy because it's like sometimes I felt like in the midst of the work that I'm doing, that I'm actually going somewhere. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit this way. And then you look back and you're like, damn, I ain't hit nothing. And you don't recognize it until something drastic happened, right? Like when you hit like what you feel like is the rock bottom, like what you were saying, like it might have been for you living back at your mom's house. Like, but then it'd be like for me, like, oh my God, like I got my car repo. And then I got my car repo back to back. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? I am working, right? Like but it's like not making enough and not struggle. And it was like an epiphany. Like I literally had to sit back and pull everything out, look at what I was doing and realizing that I'm doing all of this work and it may be good things that I'm giving into community, but how is it benefiting me, right? Like literally everything is flying by and it's just constantly with work. But what exactly am I doing? And it's like, yo, I'm not really scheduling myself. Like I'm scheduling everything else to try to make ends meet, but I'm not scheduling anything, right? Like I really like realized that I'm not even like I can have moments where I feel like I know I should be doing good things just because people pour positivity into you. Like, oh, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job. And you can get all this recognition for doing a great job, but that doing a great job sometimes is just not like enough because it's not literally what you want to do, like for your good job, right? Like it's not, it doesn't have like that, like it's just not yielding the results.
You know what I hear to say to you is that your relationship with your intuition. Your relationship with your intuition. Sit still more and just listen to yourself. Just sit still. And even if it feels awkward and weird, just sit and just be like, and just listen. And say things like, I'm open to my intuition. I receive what my ears are opening to what my body knows, what my soul knows. Because what happens is you start to bond with that knowing that's in your nature as a woman. And then you won't even need to schedule. You won't even need to use your logic to schedule because you'll know it intuitively. Because there's going to be times where you may be on the go. You may be doing a lot of things, but you will have the grace to do it. But then it'll be moments where it's like, hey, you need to slow it down and dial it back. It's a dance. It's a dance. It's such a dance. But the spirit and the healing gives you the space to hold for the duality of what your life is. It's like slow, fast, good, bad, pain, pleasure. You know, it's that healing and the God within you gives you the space to hold space for that duality. But what I would encourage you is to spend more quiet stillness time with your intuition with no distractions. Spend some time in nature. Nature really helps. Take yourself out on some nature days, you know, to improve that intuition. So you won't even need a pen and paper to schedule the times that you need for yourself. You intuitively know it.
I appreciate that. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Yeah.
You're welcome so much. Well, this was a treat. Thank you all.
No, thank you. And thank you is actually truly an understatement. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share space with you. But more than anything, I'm so honored to be in receptive mode to receive all of the gems that you shared with us. And for everyone that's on here, thank you for just being so involved and intentional with yourself, intentional with hopping on this call, because I do believe in divine alignment. I know there's no such thing as a coincidence. So we're right where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be here. So I'm just speaking healing and elevation, you know, over everyone here tonight, you know, per usual. And also, if this is okay with you, Toni, I would like for you to share your Cash App if you don't mind. Let's send Toni.
No, I don't mind, girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
Let me grab my Cash App.
So,
girl, I say I'm unapologetic when it comes to receiving that. Ciao. So it's Toni Jones W. Toni Jones W. Toni with an I.
Okay, so I just put it in the chat, y'all, and just as a token of appreciation, let's send her a lunch, coffee. It doesn't have to be a whole lot.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
If you can
I
just
appreciate it.
energy exchange. She came on here tonight and really shared some very transformational things with us. And there's not a monetary value to even put on what she has given us. But I think that if we could truly just show her some love monetarily, if you don't have it, share her. If your friends don't know Toni, please share
yes.
share her resources. I think that tapping into those personal affirmations from Toni herself would be like incredible. I know I'm going to take advantage of that ASAP. So if you know anybody that can benefit from her wisdom, from her story, share, because that's also currency. So her Cash App is in the chat, y'all. She loves food. Let's send her some for Whole Foods and for, you know, some really cool. Now that I think about it, Toni, this just dropped in my spirit. I was doing pop-up vegan dragon like 2 years ago, and I was at a food truck park. I just remembered this. I was at a food truck park, like North Atlanta, and you were there, just, you know, walking through. And I had, at the time, I was really trying to promote healthy eating and, you know, teaching people the importance of
remember that.
alive. And I was with Vegan Dragon, and I remember going home telling my mom, like, you would not believe who walked past my tent today. And wow, I just remembered that moment. And now here we are on his own circle. Wow.
Here we are.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And like I said to everyone on here, let's show some love, and you can show love just by sharing. And if you haven't already watched her interview on Revolt TV, do that before you go to bed tonight. And she has so much other amazing things on YouTube, but most importantly, well, my favorite, I love everything about you, Toni, but
thank you.
yeah, so I am going to also, if you missed the chat by any chance, just look out for an email right after this call. I'll send an email out with her link, with her Cash App. So if you didn't catch it in the chat, just stay tuned to your email, because you'll get a follow-up. And so that's all I have to say. I love you to the moon and back a gazillion times. And I just thank you so much for coming on here and sharing space with my community. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you for asking for my Cash App to create space for, monetary exchange, because it has definitely been an interesting journey, financially, with disconnecting from a lot of systems that I depended on to feel secure and stable. Changing your career from being a life coach and working in public schools full time to being a whole artist, it has been it's been a lot on my nervous system. So doing that without me having to ask, without even being something I will request, means a lot to me and encourages me to continue doing this, and that I'm always taken care of. It just continuously encourages me to keep going. So I appreciate that so much. So let's go ahead and get present. Let's take one deep cleansing breath before we close out with the affirmation meditation. A lot of information was taken in, brought up a lot of things. Maybe some resistance came up, maybe some resonance that came up simultaneously. But in solidarity with one another, we receive it all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the energy to nourish us back home to ourselves more deeply. And you can just be as present as possible and receive these affirmations as I speak them. I'm worthy of taking back sovereign control over my life. In my mind first, in the way I think about my life, the way that I think about my finances, the way I think about my past, the way I think about my future, the way I think about my career, the way I think about all of my life, I deserve to take my sovereign control back. And the way that I do this is through the power of my imagination, the power of my meditative thought, being considerate, being thoughtful, being mindful, to bring my thoughts, to bring my thinking back to my spirit, back to a compassionate space, back to a graceful space, back to my abundant nature. I deserve this. I am the one that gets the opportunity to walk myself back home as often as I need to. And I welcome the safe spaces that are coming into my life, that are expanding into my life, as I have to grieve the old, as I emerge and usher in the new. Whoever I have to be, whatever decisions I have to make, whatever habits I have to release, emotionally, psychologically, physically, and financially, whatever I have to release in those ways, I release them. I am willing now more than ever for a whole new world for me, for a whole new encounter with people, with money, with my dreams, with my mundane life. I get a new set of eyes. I get a new set of eyes to see how magical, how miraculous, how good, how blessed, how easy it can be for me. This is my birthright. I welcome the knowledge and insight and space to rest like never before, not just in sleep, but just an energetic rest as I do my duties, my obligations, my responsibilities. I deserve to talk to myself in this way. I deserve to affirm my life into reality. This is my sovereign birthright, to see and witness how good it can be in my lifetime. I am an answered prayer to my ancestors. I am a manifestation of their rest. I'm a manifestation of their well-being now. So be it. And so it is. You all have an amazing week. Thank you so much, sis, for allowing me to show up with your audience and with the people here. I really appreciate it.
And I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And you have an amazing week as well. And you have all my love, all my support, anything up under the sun that I can do to be of service. I'm more than happy to. So just keep
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, good night, ladies.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, everybody. So great call tonight. I'm super honored to have had her join us. I hope that, I mean, she spoke directly to my soul. So I definitely hope that you were able to receive some value in what she shared. So tonight, I'm going to email out an assignment. We got a lot of gems. And so the assignment for tonight is to just get super clear on our goals. So y'all know this is a 6-week program. This is just week 2. So we got a lot more things to do. So tonight, the assignment is to get crystal clear on your goals. I'm going to send a virtual vision board, but you can do a physical vision board if you want to, but I'm going to send a virtual link for you to design your own vision board virtually, or you can do it in person. And on the 15th of November, we will dive into credit. And now we're going to learn all the things that you came to learn. But this beginning was so important because you got to know, like, this is your birthright, point blank, period. This is your birthright. I can tell you this until my face turns blue. And it's wonderful to hear from others, especially a woman that has dedicated and committed her life to, creating affirmation music for us. So on tonight, you'll receive an email with Toni's info, her Cash App. Show her some love, even if it's $5 for herbal, a green juice. I think that she would love that. And she appreciates that. And then you'll receive the link to do your own vision board for the community, for the assignment. And then let me stop sharing. And then we will actually share if you want. I would like to hear everybody's goals. I personally like to share my goals so that I can be held accountable and you all can be held accountable, because that's what this is about, accountability. So let's do that. And then I'm just looking at my notes really quick. Yep. And then on November 15th, we'll dive into credit talk, and we're gonna give you the step-by-step process to find the violations in your credit. If there's not violations, how you create one, how you get paid for violations on your credit, what that whole process looks like, how long it can take, all the things, and some laws. Just 4 laws that you really need to know to take control of your credit. And if you can just master what you're going to learn on the 15th, you will be so fine when it comes to your credit. Like, it's not even funny. And in addition to that, we'll just, move accordingly. So I'll just share the itinerary really quick. I know you've seen it 100 times, but I'll just share it one more time before we go. And if you have any questions, I'll answer some questions, and then we'll just say goodnight. So November 15th, you'll learn how to fix your credit and get paid for it. If you were one of the people's, I don't even know if that's a sentence, but if you were somebody that signed up for, if you paid in full without a discount code, you did not use any discount code, the team is actually in the process of going through your as long as somebody didn't fill out a contract, but I'll find out who. But those that did fill out the contract, they're working on your behalf. And that's for everyone that paid in full. You did not use a discount code. And then on the 17th, we're going to talk about, okay, you got your credit score, how you leverage it, because we know that you can easily run out of petty cash, liquid cash. So how do you actually leverage your credit? How do you put yourself in a position to not have to break the bank, but use the bank, use your credit? And then we will get into being your own boss, making sure your business is set up properly. The My Tax Woman is going to come on and just give us step-by-step details on moving through the different tax brackets, how to set up your business, how to position yourself for business funding. And then we'll get into trust setup and estate planning, because you need a trust to protect your things. And also, like, you can put everything into a trust and you can just be a walking trust and be really protected without having to, like, do that sovereign stuff. Like, if you have what you're going to learn is how to be protected without having to correct your status. And then y'all know my favorite. I love investing. I love multiple streams of income. So you'll learn how to buy and invest in existing businesses. If you're in a space where you're like, just give me something that's up and running. I don't feel like starting from scratch. Give me something that is bringing in money and I can just run it, what that looks like. And then we're going to talk about living abroad, how you can find affordable housing, how to avoid getting scammed, how can you find investment opportunities without actually being a resident or a citizen of that country. And I'll share my contacts that I have for Costa Rica specifically. If anybody is interested in Costa Rica, but other places, I can just show you how to find opportunities for, wherever it is that you want to live. And then we'll do some one-on-one coaching. I'll pick a few people to pick. You can pick my brain. You can ask questions. We'll do some coaching. And then we'll talk about how to adjust to life abroad, because that can be a challenge. It can definitely be a struggle, especially if you move to a place where the power goes out after a certain time, or language barrier, like currency exchange. So we'll just talk about like really adjusting to living abroad, what that looks like. Because there's like this stereotype that like Americans, I keep seeing this a lot in Egypt. Like I keep hearing that Americans get treated crazy in Egypt, and that's not really my story. So I'll definitely be able to share some insight if you are considering Africa. And that's our itinerary. So now we have everything that we need to lock in and learn. Toni said it best, like, this is your birthright. You are the manifestation of your ancestors. So we don't have no excuses. So now we take this information, we apply this information, and we live a soft, beautiful life that we deserve. So every single recording, every single call that we've had so far is on your dashboard. This call is going to go on your dashboard once it's uploaded. And yeah, like let me see. And yeah, so the floor is open for any questions that you may have. If you just have a comment, you can comment. But that's it. I really immensely enjoyed tonight's call. Yeah, so grateful. So thank you, everyone. Will there be a recording for the 25th? I have an event. Yeah, all recordings are gonna go on the dashboard. No excuse. And I didn't get okay. Crystal, I'll talk to you. And I don't know if like I said, if anybody wants to.
I just share something. This class actually was just perfect timing, because today we do have a new moon in Scorpio. And if you understand the energy of Scorpio, which is really about death and rebirth, I think we're all in the process of rebirthing ourselves. And also Scorpio is other people's money. So, and on the other side, it will ripen 6 months from now in the season of Taurus, which is its complementary pair, which is all about money and everything. So I just think that today was perfectly timed.
Hello. Thank you for sharing. Yes, divine alignment at its finest. No such thing as coincidence. So let's definitely embrace all that we have learned and just everything. Thank you for sharing that, Chef Amir. I really appreciate that insight. And Jay, you spoke to it earlier too. So just thank you for making us all aware, bringing that into our awareness tonight.
Yeah. If I may, this is Deshawn. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
One thing that I noticed from everybody who was on the call tonight, that the people who spoke and was sharing their testimonies, they all mentioned the year 2019. And I don't know about the rest, because I see it's 25 participants here, right? But 2019 was also the craziest year of my life, adding on to that too. And I'm just like, wow, like, wouldn't it be like if the souls and the spirits that's gathered here tonight, we literally, had our moments and our breakthrough, and we are made here today so that we could continue to push and uprise, right? And rise with the Phoenix, right? To help guide us, on our way, because that was the year that I lost my eldest child. And and then he passed away from a rare form of brain cancer. So it was just like, oh my God. And then just like straight down from there. Very hard to get up from that. But I'm trying to elevate, and in the midst of that, God blessed me with a new child, like, or another child. So, it's like my only son. I was going through it. And then it's like, because they told me I couldn't have kids anymore after that too. So it was just a lot of things. But then also I still have to, like, literally get in my goals together, right? Like, because it's hard. It's like people say that it's easy, and it probably is easy, but it's not easy till you actually break through getting what you want and get done, right?
Hello? Yes. Yes.
Oh, man. So yes, I'm just really happy to be here today and to be able to, look forward to having this, coaching, from you, and this opportunity of growing and overcoming obstacles. So thank you.
Absolutely. You're most
Because
welcome.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I was just gonna say, because literally, like I said, like before, and it's crazy, like when I discovered you, I don't know if like this whole animation with talking on the phone, like Google picking up stuff, you like started coming on in my Instagram, right, sis? And I've been watching you for a really long time. Cause I was saying, like, yeah, I'm gonna travel the world. Like I said this, like I said, I just really want to travel with my son and get away. That's what I was trying to do before my son had passed away. I just wanted to pick a different city or state and get out of here, because I've been living in Buffalo my entire life. I've been wanting to get out of here since I was 18, right? I'm still here. And I was like, I just want to travel the world. And then, that happened and it went crazy. And then so, I said, I'm still going to do it. And then, but I didn't know how, you know what I mean? Like that whole being able to get the remote job or the remote business or get the passive income, because there's so many layers to being able to do it, right? And then like literally one day you was posted on a story and I looked and I said, who is this queen? I said, oh, she in Costa Rica with her baby.
Oh,
No. So
yeah.
yeah, like I just been following ever since, and I'm just so happy to be able to see another queen, doing this, like living their life, like making it happen, like so inspirational. So yeah,
Thank,
so thank you.
thank you. And I want to send my condolences right now for the loss of your oldest child. I do not believe that energy is never created nor destroyed. But I know that's not, I can't even fathom. I can't fathom that. So I'm sending you my love,
Yeah,
condolences,
thank you.
sure, because I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you have a smile, you have your second baby. So, God knows best. We don't know. God knows. And so
Yeah.
something for but yeah, we're reflections for sure. And we are the algorithm. Like algorithms, they talk a lot about, I mean, media they're trying to mimic us, our nature. So of course the algorithm that they're speaking of is really telepathy and our energy and things like that. So we here for a reason for sure. And thank you for sharing. I'm just sending you my love.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, y'all. So it's not too, like, if you know someone or you want to share this program or anything with anybody, anybody can still join this program. It's not too late. So if you feel called to share with anyone that you feel like could benefit from this program, you are more than welcome to still share the link. If it's someone you know personally, just let them know that the calls that have already happened, you can watch the replay, but every call in the future is live and the replay is available. So if you know someone that you feel like could benefit from this program, for sure, you can definitely shoot them the link. It's not too late to enroll. So I'll close tonight out with yeah, actually we got some good stuff. I don't even have to close with more affirmations. This was our affirmation today, but let's just resonate and sit with what Toni left us, because that was good. Feel like she was like in my head, like in my business. Like, girl, you in my business. Get out of my business right now, because she was speaking to me. But this has been awesome. I love all of y'all. And like I said, everything is, the replays and everything is available. And if somebody dropped in your spirit tonight, like, dang, they need to be a part of this community, I want them to join, you could share the link and they can join for sure. It's not too late. Anybody can join for the duration of this program, and you'll have lifetime access to all the information. And we really, 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 really have just been learning, like, throughout this journey, like, community is so important. So yeah, let's connect all the things. And I do want to tap into Toni's community too. So y'all show her some love, please. And that's all I got for now. I'm gonna look at the chat briefly. Does anyone have any questions? Divine sends you her love, Deshaun. I don't know if you saw that. Many blessings to you in the chat. Yes, the recording is available. All right, I don't see anything else.
Where's
So
your mom tonight?
she's on here.
Oh, she is. I didn't hear her not one time. Okay.
I'm
Hello.
here.
I was
I
li-
just
I was
stayed
a little
quiet.
late. I was a little late, but
Yeah, I
I didn't
stayed
hear you.
quiet. Yeah,
Okay,
taking it all in. This was an amazing call. So yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
yes,
can
ma'am.
hear
Oh, okay. Okay.
you. All right, you got a closing message, Mama? You want to share anything with our community?
You know what? I'm with you after that message from Tony. I don't even want to like mess anything up. Like the vibe is so good. Like all I can say is like self-love is all I can say, and self-care, and everything that she said is self-care. You know, all of this stuff is for us to take care of ourselves, and so it's just beautiful. So yeah, that's all I got. I love you ladies. I'm so glad you were here and continue to be here and show up and share space with us. It has truly been amazing. You know, I came into this thing thinking one thing, and this has turned into like therapy, like processing, and just like, wow, this is the tribe that I be talking about. And so, yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah, we talk about that, all like divine alignment. And also mommy has
Yes,
the her retreat in Puerto Rico in February. So if you are interested in that, for sure tap in, but it's happening in February, the second week in February.
seven.
So yep, the 7th through the 12th. And if you have if you have sisters, or if you have just like your girlfriend group, you can get the luxury suite, and all four of y'all can connect
The
and
bestie.
share a suite.
Yeah.
Oh, the bestie suite. You can have the bestie suite, but Puerto Rico in February, and it's just so we can kind of get away. Puerto Rico is still the US, but it's still the ocean, the sun. Like there's still a lot of power in being near a body of salt water. So we're gonna take full advantage of that. We have a full hotel, a full boutique hotel to ourselves. So that's gonna be really, really, really fun. I'm looking forward to it. The beach is just a cartwheel away. So after we do what we need to do, you're gonna just go relax and be
Yeah.
present, do all the things. So that is Puerto Rico in February. There is a payment plan option. You can just do a 500 deposit and just pay monthly or biweekly or whatever fits your budget. So yeah, that'd be great. I'll send everything in the link. Sorry, let me put it here real quick.
Yeah, you could add it to the email too.
Yeah, I added to the email. I added to the email. So y'all just check out the email real quick. I'm gonna do my very best to get it out as soon as we hang up. But yeah, that's all we got. I love y'all so much. Good night. I will see
Good
everybody on
night,
the
ladies.
15th, same place, same time. Come with your
Same
notepad.
time.
All right. Okay. Well, we love you too. You guys have a good night. Great
Love you,
weekend.
ladies.
Love
Y'all have a good
you.
night.
Good night.
You do the same. Thank you.
Good
Not too bad.
night.
Good night.